Hey guys, just wanted to run a quick demo of the PlaySpark admin just to give you an idea of how it all works. So when we catch up, you've got a bit of a head start on the training session. So what I'm going to run you through today is just high level, what it all does, what your capabilities are, how you sort of go in, create a game, and then how do you assess the metrics of the game. So when you open your admin panel, you'll have the dashboard here. So here you can have some basic metrics around how your games are going. You've got buttons to create a game or a playable ad. So that's one way to go in and create them. Your analytics tab, this will show you some high level analytics of your games. So it won't show the specific game metrics, but it will show overall what your games are doing. So you can sort of run through them. You can change the filter of when those metrics are being shown and what date periods, and then you can assess things like sessions, number of users, number of rewards claimed, those types of things, dwell time. So that's your analytics section, audience and data. So this one is, we're sort of looking to build this out in a little bit more detail. Basically what you'll get is all your audience and your data in here. So a list of your users that have played your games, different emails and the like. So this is where you can go in and check those users. So here you'll see there's a whole list of users that have played your games. You'll have their name, so the username within the game, their email address. This is sort of the encrypted email that they have, and then their XP count. Keen to get your thoughts on how you think this will be set up, how you would like it to be set up, what you would like to see. As you can see, it's an evolution. It's not fully finished yet. So this is quite an important one. I imagine users, you can export it currently as a CSV. So yeah, keen to get your thoughts as you review this. Marketplace, this is where you've got all your list of games that you can select to create games from. My game section is where the games, once you've created them, where they're listed. So this is where you can come and get the codes to share them and then view analytics and things like that. Same thing, but for playable ads, this is where all your created playable ads will be listed. Rewards, this is more about a games hub. We haven't gone into that too much, but we can talk about that later. Account settings, some basic things like your logos and your colors, but that's more for your games hub. You can look at billing usage and an API key, which is more for devs. So if I go back to the marketplace, this is probably where you'll spend a bit of your time, and it's the most important part of the platform. So here you can select from a game or a playable ad. So games are essentially your end-to-end games that have rewards and marketing, all those types of things inside of them. Playable ads are like mini versions of games, which you can, plug as an ad unit for people to play quickly and get a reward type thing. So slightly different in how they're used. So give you an idea of how to create a game. So if we go, for instance, to this flyball game, what you can do is click a demo here. It'll just have a quick demo of that game to get an idea of what that game does. Then you click create tournament, and then this is where you can go through the process and through these steps to create the game that you want. So design, game setup, marketing elements, add your rewards, some advanced features you can do to change and hide things, and then a summary before you publish the game. So pretty simple. The first section is design, so you can start to change your name, the description of the game, that type of thing. You can set when you want that campaign to be ended. So if you set an end date, it'll automatically stop on that day. Here you can select your graphics for your background image. You've got a preview on the side of what it might look like. So for instance, if I go and select a background somewhere here, so let's just select this one, for instance. This will load the home screen, and then you can see on the right here an example of what it may look like. This little game icon, same thing. This is what will show as an icon in different places on your admin panel. So once you've done the naming part, then you click on this little tab colors, and then you've got music, fonts, buttons, modals, all these things can be changed. So the colors are essentially, if you select a color, that will change things like, this part of the header. You can change the text color. So if we wanted black, you can put sort of black in there. And then you can have your music. So this music is for the actual home screen and game over screens. So you can select your music there. Eventually we'll have the ability to add your own music. Fonts, so you use Lex and Zeta, so we can use that. So that's just a matter of selecting the title and the primary. So the title font's what's seen on sort of these headers, and then the primary font is what's displayed more in the pop-ups in the middle, in the main section. From here, you've got your buttons. So this is where you can change your button. So let's say we want to select this button. You'll see on the right here, it'll change, the play button, some other buttons that show throughout the game. So let's just say we're going for this type of garden theme. We can select that. You can start to change your rewards icons. So these are like these are buttons on the home screen. So you can select those as you wish. Let's just go with the same theme. And then you've got a settings pop-up that comes up in the game. You can change the icons that sit in there as well. Modals are basically these pop-ups that you can change. So if I change it to this, you'll see. So that's what will show throughout the game. So it gives you an idea if you can change to the defaults, which are here, or you can upload your own. So here you might want a different model for a different theme. So you go in and design your own, and it's just like a PNG format, and then you can just upload it into here and it'll display in there. So really easy for you to just create your own assets and plug them in. This is just the header that sits at the top here. So again, just go through and change those. You've got your list container, which basically sits inside the modal. So yeah, so once you've done that, designing the actual game and the modals and the menus, game setup is everything, all the assets that sit inside the game. So this one, player primary animation. So this is the animation of the main character of the game. So this could be a baseball, could be a bomb, whatever you want it to be. So you can either select the default or you can upload your own. So here you'll have a description here of some recommendations for this. So this talks about you need an image of a certain size, and off you go and do that. So then you've got things like power-ups. So all these little items across the top here are items that appear inside the game. So then you just go through each of them and then select or upload your own assets into them. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. And then music as well that shows in the game. Then you go to marketing. You've got all your emails, so you can actually have a pop-up that shows up after people have played a game to capture their data if needed. You can have an icon that pops up for people to share the game. This one is currently being implemented. This is like follow a social account and get rewarded. So each of these actions that you activate when someone plays a game, they're like rewarded actions. So someone will do it, they'll get rewarded in the game, and they keep playing. Playable ads are little mini games that I mentioned before that you can, again, reward users for interacting with. Here's where you can plug in your own videos. So you can just simply upload from your computer to plug in there. And then surveys as well. Pretty basic. You just plug in your question and your responses, and then you can add various questions and responses for each. So that's your marketing elements. And then you've got your rewards. So rewards are essentially plugging your rewards in for the game. So this might be a $5 voucher for Hump Club. So you can just change the name, describe it. This input means what does the user do inside the game to unlock this reward. So it could be if this user scores more than 10 points in the game, then they will receive an action. So an action is the reward, or how that reward is distributed. So if we're saying this is a $5 voucher, traditionally what we do with you guys is use a webhook. This is more development. So talk to the Pipe Lab guys. They'll have a webhook URL here and that connects off into your system. So you just need to just plug that webhook URL in there, plug your instructions in. So when someone redeems this in game, these instructions will pop up to tell them how to redeem it. So as an example, it might say, you've won this $5 voucher, go to your My Offers and Hump Club to redeem it. So then you can just go through that process and add multiple rewards. I think in your dashboard, when you linking these rewards up to your loyalty system, there's an ID here that's important. So you just need to make sure that you record that because that's what you'll plug into the dashboard to link up the rewards. So yeah, lots of opportunities to create different rewards in game to engage people, and we can go into this a little bit more detail. Advanced just has some advanced things like if you want to hide the back button that shows over the game or get rid of the revive function in the game, you can, and then you can hide things like settings, leaderboard, and rewards. And over time, we'll be advancing this as we need. So if you ever need something specific, you just ask us and we can see whether we can input that. So once you've done this, you can actually save your draft at any time. If you save your draft and then you go to My Games, you can just go into draft games here and it will be there. So for whatever reason you can't finish it and you just want to save it to come back to it, you can do that. And so you just come back and resume draft and then go back through to change whatever you need to. So let's say we're happy, we approve it. Then we go back into our games, it'll be added to the active games and here it is, Flyball. So once you've got your game here, if you want to share it, you just click embed code, and then these are the different places you can share it. Most often is this URL. And so to share that, I think with you guys, it's more working with Pipe Labs to embed that in. But essentially that's the game. You can copy it, you can plug it in your browser, it'll open up, you can play it and test it out. Once you launch the game and your customers are playing it, you can come back to the game here, click this little icon, and you can look at the analytics. So currently these analytics pretty basic, but gives you play count, surveys, and video views. So that gives you an idea of how many games people have played over time. So that's a quick overview of the platforms. Hopefully it helps, and look forward to going through that training session to go over this in more detail. Thanks.